Hello, so welcome back. So this video is going to be a little bit different than normal because one of the ways that I clean nasty parts, and I have a collection of nasty parts here, is with my little household ultrasonic, which is great, but it's small. And you know, big parts just don't fit, yada yada yada. It'll work for little things, but I had the opportunity to get a bigger heated ultrasonic cleaner. So I'm going to open this up here. This is one of these VEVOR ones. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I was curious about it because they are in general a lot more inexpensive than other brands. And you know, in the back of my mind, I'm wondering, well, is it as good as it should be? And hopefully the answer will be yes. But I wanted to go ahead and do kind of an unboxing for you. This is one that has a built-in heater, and this is just giving all of this specs. So here, let me get it pulled out and I'll show you the side. It comes with a little T-ball, which I think I just pulled the chain off. I can clamp that back on. That's for little parts like little screw heads and things like that. A hose that has a little port on the side for a hose for draining, which is nice. Let me get this frying basket out of here. It looks like, hang on, let me pull my little T-ball out. And I am guessing any little metal T-balls should work with this, I'm guessing. I don't see why not. So the little basket will go in. It looks like it's a little bit bent here, but I don't know that that makes any difference. The main thing with this is that it does have a heater, and my other one does not. So I have different temperature settings here and then a timer. So that's good. They're pretty specific in the instructions, not just to pour water in from the tap, to make sure that you only get it up to the maximum filled level. And I am looking in here to find the lines, if there is a line for where that fill level is, and I'm not seeing one. So it says 2/3 is the max, halfway should probably be good. It also says not to use it with, here it is, do not add antitoxic, sterilizing, or acidic solvents to the cleaning water. Well, I usually, in my other one, would add Purple Power, which is a degreaser, just because my parts are really greasy. So I will try it with just the plain water first. But if that's not enough, since this is stainless steel, I'm thinking that that's going to be fine with a degreaser in it. But we'll try without first. So this is the valve for draining, which is good. And there's a little place inside of here that looks like a little grate over the drain. So let me go ahead, get it set up, get it filled. I'm going to fill it the 2/3 way because I'm feeling rebellious. And I'll be right back. Okay, I just put water in it. I've got my basket in there just to see how deep the water level is. And I think that it's deep enough I can put a big rock shaft in. So down here, this is what the front looks like. It's in Celsius, so I got to try to figure out what the Celsius conversion is to Fahrenheit, so I'll do that in a second. And it looks like they have a 5-minute timer here. If I want the temperature to be higher, you just push this one and it'll put the setting. So that's current, I'm guessing. Yes, that says actual. This is higher. Let me do a quick conversion because I'm thinking that the hotter the water, the more it'll dissolve the grease. All right, so I just Googled best temperature setting for ultrasonic cleaner, and it says between 130 and 180 degrees. So I'm going to figure the centigrade equivalent to 150 degrees is what I'm going to set. Okay, so my watch says 150 degrees Fahrenheit is 65.5 degrees Celsius. So I'm going to bump this up and put the lid on it and see how fast it takes it to get up to that temperature. Okay. In the meantime, it came with a little plastic hose, plastic plug. I'm guessing I'm just supposed to push this in. Did not really say. In the instruction book, it had a whole lot of listings of dimensions, what not to do for safety reasons, you know, but not really a whole lot of how to put it together and operate it. So that's why you are learning along with me. But I think if I get this pushed on, then I can screw it in over here. And so when it comes time to drain, I don't have to lift this whole thing. I could just drain it off into a bucket. That is my thought. Okay, I need to point out, I was sitting here and I forgot to hit the on button. So even though I bumped this up to my temperature I wanted, you have to hit the power button first. So then the light comes on. So I'm going to go ahead and start my timer right now. All right, so while it is heating up, and we are at 10 minutes, and it's 2:41 right now. So it's not lightning fast, but it's getting there. I'm going to go ahead and take some of these smaller screws out and put them in my little T-ball here so that that can be cleaning also. I'm going to see if I can get this off also. Okay, I got those two little screws out, and I'm going to throw this dog bone piece into, because it is, you know, uniformly nasty. Even though I think that could probably go in the big basket. All right, so full disclosure here, this is kind of a chintzy little T-ball thing, but like I said, you can replace them, dollar store kind of items. So that's going to go in my little basket here, and I'm going to put this over to the side, put this little hooky thing up on top. Like that. I'm just curious, will a big rock shaft fit in here? Well, pretty close, but not exactly with everything put together. I'm thinking that I may have to do it, putting it in this way, running it for a cycle, and then flipping it around and putting it in this way. I should have probably gotten a larger size, but I think that this will do fine. It's a whole lot better than my tiny one over there. So this is going to be our sample pack. We'll see how it goes. Okay, I'm at 64 degrees, so I'm getting very close. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in. Now, right now, remember, this has just plain water because we're doing a blind, just what it is kind of thing. And I want to get a good look at my parts. I took the grimy feed dogs off. So let me go ahead and put them in, and I'm going to set it for the 5 minutes because that's what it looks like it's defaulting to. Taking this off, setting this in. Okay. And I'm going to set my lid on top and come down here and hit. Okay, so it just beeped that the timer was done. So I'm going to open it, and I'm going to tell you, I'm not 100% hopeful this is going to do anything yet because there's no degreaser in the water. So I'm going to lift this up. Okay, if I pull this one out, it actually is better. It's not perfect, but it is a lot better. You can tell that the water is pretty nasty in there. That's actually pretty good too. It's not perfect, but it is better. So I am going to pull out these feed dogs here, and they're looking better also. But just because this is what I would normally do in my other one is I'm going to add a diluted degreaser. This is a diluted purple power. I'm just going to mix some of that in. Okay. And so let me put this lid back on. So once again, so you can see before, actually, you know what? I could flip this piece down so you can see this was not in the steam before. There we go. Hot water and all of that. Yeah, I probably should have gotten one that's slightly longer, but you know, live and learn, and this is still great. So I'm going to go ahead and put my lid back on and set the timer for another 5 minutes, and this one time it's going to have the degreaser in it. Okay, 5 minutes is up. We're going to call this good for a trial time. And this is hot in here, so... All right, so this is, remember how dirty this was a few minutes ago, and that's got a lot of the gunk off. I mean, this was a 100 and something year old machine. I don't remember exactly. And right now, all of the grease is off down here. It does need a buff with a wire wheel, but there's no grease left down here. Let me go ahead and pull out this. Look at that. That is clean. Down here, well, I think if I just rub that, that's going to come off. Yeah. There you go. See, I can just wipe it with my towel now, and then that's loose, but it's not off, but it's loose. So all of this, if I hit it with a wire wheel, this is just stain there now. That's going to be very clean. So that's pretty good. All right, let's see what these little pieces look like. I'm going to set that sideways for a moment. Let's get those nasty feed dogs out. And that's really good too. It's got a little piece in there, but that's just something that's stuck. So I can come in and that's lint. It does not dissolve lint, but that's okay. I don't need it to dissolve lint, you know. But all of the grease that was on these feed dogs, that is off. And again, this just needs to be polished with a wire wheel. So that would be like getting this little wire wheel here, running it over it, just to make sure everything is nice and smooth, okay? So I think that that's actually doing a decent job. Let me get this little T-ball out, because one of the things I have to do a lot is clean tiny little screws. And let me do this over here. Just open it on my paper towel. Wow. All right, that's impressive. This looks really good. So I think it does a great job. I really do. I think that for my purposes, using it for very greasy old sewing machine parts, using a degreaser in there is good. It says not to use something that's a solvent, but it is stainless steel, and I think as long as I don't leave it soaking in there for long periods of time, you know, if I dump it out after I have, or drain it out through my little side drain here, after I've used it for a batch of cleaning, I think it's going to be just fine because it is stainless steel. So yeah, you can see here, this is the side I did with just water, not so clean. This side here with the water, the heater, and the solvent, very clean. Just grab this really quick just because I'm curious. I think my battery is running low on here. And usually I would have a wheel. I just have this little tip on it right now. But getting all that grime off makes it a lot easier to start the whole cleaning process. So anyway, I like it. I think it'll do what I need it to do. And I think in general, if people are working on sewing machines, it would be a handy thing to have around. So I just thought I would pass that on to you if you're interested in them. Like I said, look in the description. There's going to be a link for a discount. But yeah, look at that. It got the grease out of them. And like I said, they still need to be polished. They still need to be buffed. But getting the grease out really goes a long way for the whole cleaning process. So anyhow, I know this was different, but thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.